Okay, in this video we're going to look at how to make a title page, the first starting point of our Smart Table toolkit activity. So I have the toolkit open here, and one of the things you'll notice that we talked about in another video was changing my screen to a 4:3 ratio. So my screen is currently at 1024 by 768 pixels, and that's going to be really important when I actually come to making my background. The other thing you'll notice, and you may have struggled with, is when you have your activities on the actual toolkit page, obviously you have to be aware of where the space is to actually put the title and any graphics. So the corners and the middle is always the space where there's actually a place to put things, no matter how many or how few activities you have. You can always guarantee that the corner and the middle is the right area. Also, down the left and the right hand side, you can add text as well. But how do you make sure you get it in the middle and in a place where there is space? I'll show you that in this video. So I'm going to load up my notebook file, because that's what I'm going to use to create the content in. If I go to page view, make sure that under view zoom it says page width, and make sure that auto hide is unselected. The area here in this white space is as near as, damn it, 4:3 ratio. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is load into Notebook my backgrounds, and I'll provide you guys with these backgrounds, and I'll pick an orange background for this activity, drag that into Notebook, and then I'll resize it on the screen so it's in the top left hand corner, and then lock it in place. Now anything within this orange area is going to be the correct ratio for my title page. The other thing I've got here, which I'll provide you with, is a transparent image here of all of the activities. So if you position this in the top left hand corner and then resize onto the page so that it fits within the boundary, this gives you an idea of where the space is to actually put your text and your any graphics you want. So I'll lock that in place, and now I'll use this area to put my title. The title for this activity is going to be counting to 20, so I'll maximize this. I'll choose my text tool, and I'll click in the middle and I'll type counting to 20. Now obviously that's too small and it doesn't stand out very well, so I'm going to select the text, use my property tab on the right hand side. I'll make my text bigger, let's make it to around 26, and I'm also going to make it white so it stands out on the background. So I can position this in place, and remember the table is 360 degrees, so what I usually do is make a copy of the text by cloning and then turning that piece of text upside down and then putting it underneath or on top, depending on your preference. Group them together, select, right click, choose group, and then position them in the middle of the activity. I'm going to resize it to make it a bit bigger. And there we go. I know that's going to fit within my title page when I add it. So I could make this more interesting by having some pieces of text, some numbers around. Since I'm counting to 20, I'll add the numbers 1 to 20 on here. Once I have all of my numbers in place, I'm just going to lock this title so it doesn't get selected. I'll just select all of my numbers again into my properties menu, make them a little bigger, maybe 28, change them to white, which I'll make them even bigger than that. and then I can position these all around the space, and again thinking about all the different angles that children can look at this content from. So I'm going to rotate them randomly, like so. And then once I've finished my title page, I just need to reselect my transparent applications, unlock it, and then remove it from the page. And now I know when I add this into the toolkit it's going to be the right size. So I'll go to File, I'll choose Export. Just like the video for making the background images, I'll export using image files, and I'll create a new folder under my documents, under my pictures, make a new folder for counting to 20. Leave these as the default, press OK. Find my folder of counting to 20. Here's my raw image that I need to adapt. Right click on this and choose to edit with GIMP. Once it comes up in GIMP, remember to go to my crop tool, and then I'll just make this a bit bigger. I can crop my image, press enter to apply the crop, go up to image, scale image, and you'll see actually my crop was so accurate that it actually did already do a 800 by 600, but if this was, you know, a few pixels out, then I can uncheck this fixed aspect ratio option and then change an individual icon here so it would adjust the image accordingly. Once that's done, I can export my image just by choosing File and Save. Close that down. Here's my title page inside of my Windows browser. So back to my toolkit, choose the import background option, go to my pictures, counting to 20, choose my image, click OK, and there it is. So I know that my title is in the middle. When I add the same number of applications, then the images around the outside here are they will fit well, and my title page is complete. Now, one other thing I need to do is, if I needed to go back and change a spelling error or anything in this file, I need to make sure I keep it. So any backgrounds or images used, we're going to keep track of them. So go back to my notebook file, choose File, Save As. I'll go into my pictures, into my counting to 20, and I'll call this counting to 20 raw or something, word to that effect. It's up to you what you want to call that. Just that I've got a copy of it if I ever needed to change the spelling or change an image or anything like that.